Right, I start. Okay. What is Chiefin, my dudes? I hope you're having a fantastic Friday. And you too as well. I was pointing directly at Bryce. We have a new setup like last week, and I absolutely love it. I already told him. I said I'm probably going to run one out later with this setup.
I like it. I feel like the more I'm twisting my desk around, I feel like a late night host.
I feel like I'm just actually looking at you. Otherwise, I'm like,
yeah.
So, as of right now, I don't know if you guys know this, but the movie Mission Impossible came out recently, and I watched it. It's the 7th one, and it's really good. And the girl that plays Captain America's love interest in Captain America, she's in this. Smoke show.
What's her name?
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude.
British girl and
That's why there's a strike right now, because you don't give these actors enough credit.
Dude, she gets so much
credit.
You see
all the Marvel movies and you go, oh, she's just hot.
Her name was Peggy in the movie.
And what's the actress's name?
Haley. It's Haley. Haley something.
Haley what?
That's a good question. Haley, I don't know. But she's hot. Look her up.
Was that all that you had to say about the Mission Impossible movie?
No, sorry. I got sidetracked. So I saw the movie, and then I was like, oh, you know what? I got to revisit these. I haven't seen them in a long time. I remember I saw at least 2 of them. Well, it turns out the way that I watched them was I watched 3, 4, and then 7. So,
okay.
So I didn't see the 1st, 2nd, 5th, or 6th one.
I think I've only seen 3 or 2.
Are you saying the 3rd one or 2?
The 3rd or 2nd movie.
Okay.
The one where Vin Rames steps on the dog poop and he goes, oh shit, and he goes, it is shit.
I think that was number 2.
Okay, I've seen 2.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
It's the only thing I remember, dude. But I remembered his name.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's fair. But dude, the first one is so hokey. It's like
really.
Yeah. I mean, I'm watching. I'm like, God, these special effects are terrible. The camera is just god awful. And the whole premise
Tom
is just
Cruise didn't fully sell into Scientology at that point. He was kind of just normal dude.
Mm-hmm. He was just into Tology, but now he's into Scientology.
Yep, he goes doctorate.
But yeah, I'm on number 5, and it sucks the way they did it because I think you can watch it through Freevee or something like that for free, and then they have ads. So I'm watching all 4 of them, and I get to number 5, and it's like, oh, would you like to watch number 5? I'm like, yeah, I clicked on it. Duh. It's like, well, you have to watch it on Paramount Plus. I'm like, I don't fucking have Paramount Plus. Why would you do this to me? And it's like, well, you can either watch it here, buy a subscription, or you can rent it for like $6. I'm like,
that's an expensive rental for like a 8-year-old movie.
I was like, fuck, dude, I don't want to do that.
That's why we're striking. Because Paramount Plus.
Dude, did you hear about the strike though? What they're doing? No, like what the like executives are doing?
No.
It's fucked up. So they have like strikers outside, obviously. What they did was they had this long slew of trees, and they cut all the tops off of them, so they have to strike in the sun.
I like that.
That's fucked up.
I like petty.
No, and then
that's a good tactic. Because it's like petty. It's like not illegal or anything, but it's like, oh, you assholes.
But they even said, they're like, go ahead, keep striking. We'll just keep you out of the business until you're poor and
that's a fucked up thing.
That's really fucked up.
Trees, good about the trees, but like you won't afford your apartment. I don't like that.
No, that's so messed up. You're gonna be out on the streets? Well, enjoy the sun.
Yeah. Oh god. Yeah, it's fucked. I don't really understand I don't know either side what they want concessions on. I don't know what the strikers want in terms of like actual numerics and like what the deal is. I do think that they should get part of streaming because the business model has changed. It's interesting. I've heard both sides, and it's really interesting because like part of it is also like these big streamers have a lot of shows that nobody watches, but they need to keep putting out new content so that people keep subscribing to their streaming services. I think it makes more sense for old shows that are going on to streamers because those people aren't getting residuals like whatever, like Friends and Seinfeld. Like Seinfeld was part of the owner of the show, so he gets paid out, but like the writers of it, I don't think they're getting shit.
I doubt they would. I mean, well, I know they do on like if you have like on the CW, you get paid for that. But streaming services are completely different.
Yeah.
But I heard that also part of the strike is that they wanted the writers to start using AI.
Yeah, that I'm in favor of taking AI out of writing rooms.
Dude,
AI sucks.
well, it'll get better, but I've always used it for like just stupid stuff, right? But yesterday I was like, well, shit, I have a pretty good like resume of stuff that I've done. I should probably start like sending that out to like to bigger companies and stuff. So I was like, ChatGPT,
Yeah.
this is what I've done. Make me a resume. And I was like, 2 seconds, made me a resume. I'm like, holy shit.
Really good for all that shit.
And then I was like, oh, draft me an email to these companies with these qualifications. And I was like, oh my God. Like, it's a game changer. Because I mean, I could never fucking write that.
So I'm okay with that use in writing rooms, but
Yeah.
in terms of like using it for story, like I don't like that.
Well, if you have like a human aspect to it, it's way better.
Yeah.
If you don't, then it sounds like have you seen the Olive Garden commercials? Not like it's like the writing of it, and it was like, man goes down, praise bread, Lord. Like it's like brings more bread to table.
That's funny.
So much bread, can barely see the person.
Smile. Soup comes in.
Yeah, exactly, and it's so funny. Oh my God, it's like I forced AI to watch 300 hours of pasta commercials.
Jeez. It is really interesting though, because I'm in the podcast space, and some of the strike is impacting the podcast space because a lot of people that are under SAG or SAG-AFTRA or WGA, the guidelines in the strike are that they can't really talk about projects.
Oh wow.
That they've worked on. So if you notice, like, if you see any, even for movies that are coming out now, like Barbie and Oppenheimer, anything where it's the cast doing promotion for it was filmed beforehand. They can't talk about the movie premiering like this weekend, basically.
Why?
It's part of the strike. You're not allowed to talk about future projects.
That's wild.
Yeah. So social media, interview appearances,
this the writers are saying that though.
No, actors too.
Well, yeah, okay.
Actors, writers, anyone that's part of the union.
So now they're saying that if you're promoting it, you have to be.
If you're promoting the project, you're basically promoting the big networks that they're striking against. So they don't want you talking about it.
Gotcha. So you're only allowed to do the promotions for the ones that haven't happened or that happened before the strike.
Technically, no, because they still make money off of those, which is part of the issue with residuals.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
So you're not allowed to talk about anything. Like, technically, like podcast is a whole gray area because I don't know. It's interesting. This is like day 3 or 4 after the strike started, SAG-AFTRA, which is like the big one. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I auditioned for a couple roles that they said, I mean, we're going to try to get it up and running, but the strike is definitely going to have an effect on this. One of the things I auditioned
Even
for,
audio roles, or
it was a cartoon role.
What was the cartoon to?
No idea.
102.7.
Stop. Cartoon. That's good.
Thank you.
You didn't know the car part though. Don't lie.
What do you mean?
Like you're in the car and you're tuning in.
Yeah.
Cartoon.
Yeah, that's what the joke is.
No.
I said the joke. What
I
do
thought
you
it
mean
was
you
tune.
You're telling me, are you mansplaining? I don't know the joke.
I thought it was
said.
I thought you were just saying tune.
No, I said cartoon. I said what was the cartoon to?
Oh, you said okay, yeah. Anyway, whatever. We get it. You're funny.
I got a point, huh?
Don't. So earlier before we started recording, I was like messing with my mic, and the pop filter and the mic was right in view of his face, so I couldn't see him. And I was like, "Yeah, you got a point." And he's like, "Oh, I got a really good point." And he does this, and I think he's gonna throw something at me. So I yell really loud, I'm like, "Dude, I can't see you!" And then I move the mic, and he's like, "It's so stupid."
I want to talk about something. We just had Beckham's first birthday. It was a lot of fun. Great.
Yeah.
And big thank you to my parents' neighbor, John, for letting us use his water.
Oh,
and I was very excited because John, before the party started, came over to me and was like, is Daniel going to be here? And I was like, yeah, why? He's like, well, Daniel's talking about this one, whatever the name of the play is. He's like,
yeah,
Daniel thinks this one play is just about a guy having sex with a horse, and he's completely wrong. And then he told me the premise. I was like, oh, Daniel thinks it's just about having sex with a horse. Okay.
No, what I thought I was saying was that it was a controversy that people thought he was having sex with a horse on stage because he was like behind it and he was naked and it looked like it. And it was like a whole bestiality thing. Apparently, though, I was completely wrong, and he's like, you guys should have a phone call line so I could call in whenever you guys are wrong. But,
we do. We say wrong things every episode.
And your dad, he was like, oh my God, you said some river. It was like Topeka. No, not Topeka.
Yeah, we say like blatantly wrong things.
But you said like the wrong pronunciation of the word. And he's like, oh no.
Like Euphrates. I said like Euphrates or something.
Yeah. But yeah, the movie, or I think it was originally a movie made into a play with Daniel Radcliffe. And it's basically this stable boy who was gonna.
That's what you were talking about at Radcliffe.
He was gonna lose his virginity to this girl, and then I think she left. If I'm remembering correctly, she left, and he was stuck there naked by himself and had like 6 horses, and he's like, I feel shameful for being naked in front of horses, so he blinds them all, and then they're trying to figure out why he blinded all these horses.
To have sex with them.
To boink them all.
Yep. So we do understand what it's really about.
Yes, that's what it was. They can't tell the other stable boys if they can't see.
I have a few random tomatalk thoughts.
Okay.
One, I have definitive proof why Thanksgiving's a lame holiday.
Okay.
Because you know when the fun holidays, right? Like 4th of July, New Year's.
Halloween.
What does everyone tell you before? Have a safe 4th of July. Have a safe New Year's. No one ever says, have a safe Thanksgiving. Because it's the most boring holiday. How are you going to have an exciting Thanksgiving?
No, but...
Like, everyone's like, have a safe 4th of July because you could die tonight. But, like, no one's saying that because of Thanksgiving.
But if you have family over, it can get a little dicey.
No one in the history of the world has ever said, have a safe Thanksgiving.
Maybe they say, like, have a safe drive home.
Yeah.
But... Some people I
will
will
wish
tell you,
safe holidays for these other ones.
Some people, I've never heard anyone say have a safe Christmas.
Yeah, but Christmas is untouched. That's like Mother Teresa.
No, that destroys your whole argument.
No, but like
your whole argument was
Jesus
that
holidays are S tier. Okay.
So Easter, you like Easter a lot? Big fan of eggs.
Easter sucks.
Yeah, I don't understand that holiday at all.
Yeah,
there's a giant bunny.
I think we tried to look it up once and it didn't make sense.
Giant bunny that hides eggs and you got to go find them.
Easter sucks just as much as Thanksgiving sucks.
You know what was great? Every Easter we had one of those like plastic kiddie pools. We would get a new one from the Easter bunny every year, and it was right around Easter where the old one would break. So it was like perfect. We got a new one every single year because we're just terrible kids.
Oh, what's happening again this Easter?
You're like, oops. But no, I don't agree with that at all. That's not definitive proof.
I mean, it's kind of proof.
I just tore it apart right there. Have a safe Easter. Have a safe Christmas.
Easter sucks too.
What I'm saying though is
Christmas is like everyone knows Christmas is legit.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
I'm sorry, you're wrong.
It has 2 days. It's so good of a holiday.
Easter?
Christmas.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, because it's like, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
But so does New Year's. People say have a safe New Year's. Okay,
yes.
Never mind. But they don't about Christmas though.
But it has 2 days.
You can't just like
2-day exemption.
No, that's bullshit.
Yeah, it's I before E except after there's
Hang
exemptions.
on a second. Do you get Wednesday off of work for Thanksgiving? Yes, you do. Wednesday and Thursday and Friday. There's 3 days you get off most of the time.
So?
That's a 3-day thing.
Yeah, because they're like, you're really going to have fun because your Thursday is going to suck. So do cool stuff on the other days.
What I think is weird, though, is the fact that Thanksgiving is on Thursday. It's always on Thursday. Not the same day.
I kind of like that. I wish they did that with all holidays.
That's weird, though.
Make it predictable. I don't want 4th of July on a Tuesday.
Oh,
it's
or like
stupid.
When you were a kid, Halloween's on a Monday.
Yeah.
Why?
Like, can we just make it Friday every year?
Can we just all agree that it's Sunday or Saturday or Friday? I would love that.
Yeah.
Anytime.
I have one other thought. I have a couple other. I have a thought and a story.
Okay.
The thought is, I was just thinking, why did they call it the Civil War?
Because they were all civilians.
Oh, is that why?
I don't know.
Nothing was civil about it. The war with the most American casualties, of course, because America fought America. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't a civil war. It was just murdering
There has
people.
to be a reason why it's called Civil War.
Maybe because we got to name it ourselves. I always think about that, like what things were called during when they were happening.
Yeah, like World War II. Probably wasn't called World War II. It was just called the Great War.
Yeah,
it's like the Great Second War.
Hitler's doing shit.
Second Great War.
And then, like, in 1940, they're like, it's the second one.
Yeah.
Let's call it that.
Or the first one, they're like, damn, this is a pretty big war we got going on.
We got the whole world?
And he's like, wait, write that down. Write that down. Like 2 years after. Or like the Cold War. They didn't call it that during.
Right.
Because they were like, oh man, this is pretty tense.
Like, they'll probably call the Russia-Ukraine thing something. We have no idea.
Yeah, and then eventually to be named something else.
Probably like Thanksgiving because it's so fucking boring.
There are so many bombs going off there. That's not boring.
Have a safe Russian-Ukraine war.
Russian-Ukraine war.
My story is what I just realized while we were working at Vaughn's. Remember Susanna, who worked in the floral department?
Maybe.
She was a Jehovah's Witness.
Okay.
I just realized that she was a bad Jehovah's Witness because on my birthday, she made me a cake.
I don't know what that has to do
Jehovah's Witnesses don't celebrate any holiday outside of like...
But maybe she knows that you would.
I feel like you're still not supposed to do the stuff.
You're not allowed to give someone else the supplies to do that?
No, I don't think you're allowed to like sing happy birthday or do any of that stuff.
Could you imagine like a Jehovah's Witness working at like a restaurant and everyone's like, happy birthday, and they're like,
yeah.
they're just
like, I'll stand there, but I'm not gonna sing.
I'm not gonna fucking sing.
Or like working at Cold Stone. And
I really do this job. I really did this job.
Yeah, I was like, why did she make me a birthday cake? They don't celebrate birthdays.
That's been on your mind for a while.
Yeah, it kind of just clicked in. It was really good, the cake or the pie.
Who was that? The one, is it Janet?
The main chick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was like on crack, dude.
Yeah, she was cracked out.
She's like, okay,
running around nuts,
and always running.
And
like she wasn't like super short. She was kind of shorter, but like you didn't need to run that fast.
Yeah, why was she always so like cracked out?
I don't know.
Huh.
Maybe she was in the back doing crack.
It's always so weird walking in there still.
I still think it's hilarious that we both had our last day on the same day.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
You got fired and I walked out and
No,
solidarity. I said if Daniel's not allowed to work here, then I don't want to work here either. I quit.
It was some political crap. That was actually going to be my last day anyway. And what was her name?
Red hair.
Yeah. It was a Cha. I know that.
No.
I'm pretty sure it was. Anyways, whatever her name was, she was
yeah.
She was a B word for sure. No one liked her.
Christine?
Christine.
Is that it?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Not confident about
Well, Christine has a CH, so
yeah.
We're going to go with that. Okay. Anyway, I was in the back taking a dump because upstairs is always the best place to take a dump.
I was back there smelling it.
Yeah, of course, as good friends do. And
sue me, fire me.
I came downstairs, and then he came downstairs at the same time, and freaking Christine, I don't think that's her name.
It kind of sounds more like it.
Christy,
yes.
Christy. There we go. Okay. Boom.
Got a point.
You got a point. And she was like, are you serious, you two? Wasting company time? And I'm like, I was taking a crap. She goes, I don't want to hear it. Go home, both of you.
I didn't know what I was doing.
And I was like, I have 2 hours left of my shift. This is my last day. She goes, I don't care. Go home. And I was like, and as she's saying this, we're walking to the front, and I'm clocking out, and I was like, I didn't realize it was against company policy to take a shit. And then I left. And then we sat on the bench, and I was like, did we both just get fired? Like, I was like,
wild.
I was like, what do you want to do? He's like, I don't know. I think I just want to go home. It's like, but I was already I was committed to being gone that day anyway. So like, I was like, fine. I got out 2 hours early, whatever.
Wild.
But I'm like,
remember.
I was like, check the tapes. Go ahead if you want to. Like, I was just pooping. That's all I was doing.
I think Logan was still working there.
Yeah, she was. She worked there afterwards.
Yeah, she ended up quitting because they tried to get her to go to Brea, and she didn't want to drive that far or something.
That's dumb.
They used to have one in Brea, but that one closed down. I forget where it was. Anyways.
You got anything else? I have a Norm Macdonald joke.
Oh,
or do you want me to say that for the next one?
No, you can do it now.
Okay. This is, by the way, this is Norm Macdonald. This is not my joke. Just for the record.
I love Norm. He might be top 3 comedians all time for me.
It's not a PC joke. That's why I'm saying. But it was really funny. So, this guy just moved into the neighborhood. Sees his next door neighbor.
This one.
Oh, you've already heard it?
Yeah.
Oh, well, then I don't need to say it. All right, I'll say it. So anyway, He just moves into the neighborhood. His neighbor walks. He's like, "Hey, welcome to the neighborhood." He goes, "Oh, hi." Tells him what he does, and then he's like, "Well, what about you?" He's like, "Oh, I'm a professor of logic." And he goes, "Well, what does that mean?" He goes, "Well, it's hard to explain. It's easier to just kind of show you. So, do you have a doghouse?" And he goes, "Yeah, I do." He goes, "Well, then I can assume you have a dog." And he goes, "Ah, you're right. I do have a dog." And he goes, "Then I can also assume you probably have a kid because you want to keep the kid company, have the dog also have company, have one each other." He's like, "I do have a kid." He goes, "Well, then I can assume that you're married with a wife." And he goes, "Yes, I am. That's completely correct." He's like, "So there you go. That's what I do for a living." And he's like, "Oh, okay. Logic professor. That makes sense." Then the next day, he sees another neighbor. And the neighbor's like, "Hey, have you met Jim?" And he goes, "Yeah, I did." And he goes, "What does he do anyway?" He's a logic professor. And he goes, "Well, what does that mean?" And he goes, "It's easier to explain, or it's not as easy to explain. I kind of just got to show you." He goes, "Okay." So he goes, do you have a doghouse?" And he goes, "Well, no, I don't." "Oh, well, then you're so fucked up.
Classic.
Yeah, that's obviously going to be bleeped. But
Yeah.
Good God. I laughed so hard when he said that.
It's a great joke.
And I think Bert Kreischer? How do you say his name?
Kreischer?
Kreischer. Okay, Bert Kreischer, he told that joke, I think, to like Joe Rogan or something like that. He's like, "This is such a funny joke. How come we can't all..." He's like, and then Joe Rogan's like, "Because it's not PC. It's not a good word. You can't say that."
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, okay."
Oh, yeah. Kind of checks out. Folks, hope you enjoyed this episode. Next week, we are going to be traveling, but we have an episode coming out still talking about traveling. So stay tuned for that one. You'll enjoy it. From all of us here at the Chiefin Podcast, keep it Chiefin.
Keep it chiefin'.
Good sode, guys.